Hey there, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Today we're going to be talking about signs my husband hates me. I am sure that when you first got into your relationship and got towards marriage and you finally got married, I'm sure in your wildest dreams you never thought that you would be looking at a video that has to do with signs my husband hates me. But in reality, you are here today and you are most likely trying to figure out what's going on in your relationship. Is there any love there, or is it completely full of animosity and hatred? So we're going to be diving into the signs that your husband could, essentially hate you. And I use hate very, lightly. And I say that because I think hate means different things for different people. So when I use the word hate in this video, I really am indicating that the love in your marriage most likely is completely gone, and there are feelings of, animosity, maybe some malice or ill will, or what sometimes people refer to as hate. So that is where I'm coming from in terms of that definition, to give you a little bit of context, because I think hate means different things for different people. But it really is important to feel, or to know, I should say, is your relationship a loving relationship or is it a hateful relationship? And we're going to be discussing these 10 signs to give you that answer today. So I'm also going to be doing another video that I want you to click on after this that has to do with what to do about the fact that, your husband hates you. Because first and foremost, we need to give ourselves enough information to know what's really going on in our relationships, so we can take action and so we can do something about it. That's why I create these videos for you, because I want you to have answers to your relationships and answers to things in your relationship that aren't working for you. So click on that other video afterwards so you can find some solutions to, this issue that you're going through. So we're going to dive into it, and before we do, please subscribe to my YouTube page if you haven't already. You will get a notification and a pop-up every time I create a new video for you, okay? So sign number one that your husband hates you or could be hating you is he doesn't talk to you much. So sometimes in relationships where the love has been lost and you guys are really just not working out, you're gonna have no communication. So maybe your husband is ignoring you, not talking to you, you're feeling like, just these like distant housemates essentially living together. So that can definitely be a sign that the love is lost when there is no communication. I also want to preface that sometimes people think that their husbands hate them, when in reality that isn't the case, and they actually do love them very much, but there are other things that are going on. So it's important to kind of see what isn't working in your relationship and really make sure that it has to do with the fact that, the love is completely gone in the relationship, or are there some other things that could be going on? Are there some, health issues going on with your other half? Is there some stress that's going on with your other half that could be, being a symptom, so it feels like there's no love there when in fact there is. But if you are getting, these 1 through 10, and you're like, yes, this is happening in my relationship, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, and you're getting a ton of signs that I'm about to talk about now, well, that definitely is a red flag that the love could be lost in your relationship, and there could be some hatred or animosity there. So that's number one. He doesn't talk to you very much. Okay. Sign number two that your husband hates you could be that he starts fights with you a lot. So he's always starting to start fights with you. He wants to argue with you. He wants to disagree. He wants to yell. And sometimes it can feel that arguments are coming out of nowhere. You're arguing about nothing too important. But it just seems like, he wants to start a fight. And oftentimes that does happen. So that can definitely be a sign right there. Sign number 3 is that your husband is not putting much effort into the relationship. He's not trying to improve the situation. He's not trying to better himself. He's not trying to make you feel, good and happy and secure and loved in the relationship. So the effort, the amount of energy that's being put into making the relationship healthy and happy is just not there. So if you feel that your husband really hasn't put a lot of energy in for a while, that can definitely be a sign. Sign number 4. your husband is not caring about your feelings. So if you express to him, that you're feeling upset or hurt because of something that maybe happened to you personally or at work or with your certain family members, and he just doesn't care, he's not saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I feel so bad that you're feeling that way, I know how you feel. If he's just kind of like, get over it, or if he's just telling you, I don't care, it's not important to me, that's definitely a sign that I'm not feeling the love in that type of a situation, and there could be some animosity and hateful feelings, and that can be really, really hard. So you want to assess how much your husband is caring about your feelings and where you're coming from, because that's really important. Sign number 5, he's not spending any time with you. When's the last time you guys went out on a date? When's the last time you guys went out and did a hobby together? When's the last time you guys just enjoyed that one-on-one alone time with one another? If he's always making excuses and not spending time with you, that can definitely be a sign that things are going downhill. Sign number 6, that your husband could hate you or have animosity towards you, is that he's not wanting to have sex. Maybe your sex life is completely down the tubes and you guys haven't done it in a long time, or maybe when you initiate or you try to get him to show that physical interest in you, he's turning you down all the time. Definitely your sex life can be a symptom that things are either going really well in your relationship or are really not going well in your relationship. So I think, you seeing and assessing that intimacy is a good way to tell if things are going well or not. So I definitely think your sex life could for sure be being impacted if he's not, loving you or, feeling those hateful feelings towards you. Sign number 7 that your husband hates you could be that he's very short with you. So what I mean by short is that, he's not really tolerating you talking to him for a while. He's kind of cutting you off. He's stopping you from expressing yourself. He's saying, I don't care. I don't want to hear it right now. I just don't care. And we'll walk away. So you just feel like he doesn't have that patience with you, maybe, that he used to. That he goes from 0 to 60 really, really fast. And it seems like maybe he's doing that on things that aren't even, a big deal. Maybe you're just trying to communicate with him and talk to him, and he just seems like he gets agitated really easily, and he's very impatient, and he'll walk away and just, be like, I can't deal with this right now. So that's what I mean by being short with you. So it's that type of a, interpersonal dynamic that you guys are having, and it's that relationship energy that you feel that he just does not have that tolerance to hear you out, to listen to you, to be present in the same room with you as you're trying to have a conversation. And that can be really, really hard. So sign number 8, that he could be being emotionally abusive to you or even physically abusive to you. That is a huge, huge sign that things are not going well, that those loving feelings are not there, and it's animosity and it could be hatred. Because if he is putting you down, emotional abuse. I have another video that has to do with the signs of being in an emotionally abusive relationship. I want you to look at that too, because I go into way more detail about that. But emotional abuse is essentially behaviors or actions that your husband is doing that is tearing you down as a person. That's cruel, it's mean, it's vindictive, it's just jabs that make you feel less than, that make you feel that you are a bad person or you're not a good contributor in the relationship. That is emotional abuse over and over and over again. Maybe your husband's doing that. Or is your husband being physically abusive? Is he grabbing you? Is he pushing you? Is he shoving you? Is he hitting you? That is not okay. Your physical safety is at risk, and you need to make sure that you are safe. And there are places and there are resources that you can go to make sure that you are in a safe environment. And if you have children, to make sure that your children are in a safe environment. You cannot be in a relationship where your physical safety is at risk, is in harm's way. That is not okay. So if that's happening, please make sure that you are safe, make sure that you get help. Emotionally abusive situations, yes, same thing. You don't want to be in those. Very, very unhealthy. Your physical safety is not at risk, but your emotional well-being is, and that's something that does need to be, tended to and addressed. Okay, sign number 9. that your husband hates you or could hate you is that he's not showing you any affection. And this could be very, tied into the whole sex piece. But what I mean by affection in number 9 is that he's not, putting his arm around you. He's not touching you. He's not kissing you hello or goodbye, not hugging you. When was the last time you guys, held hands as you were watching television, or held hands as you're going, I don't know, walking down the street somewhere? When was the last time, he put his hand on your leg and rubbed it, or your arm, or rubbed your shoulders? Where is that emotional, physical affection? My bad. Where is that physical affection in your relationship? Has that happened in a while? If it hasn't, that could definitely be a sign. Last but not least, sign number 10 is that he makes mean comments towards you. Maybe he's just saying like, oh, you're wearing your hair like that today? I don't like that. Or, that shirt does not look good on you. It's not flattering. Or, I just don't like, I don't like your makeup. Whatever it is, just like little mean comments could be a sign that he's just not feeling, obviously, in love with you, and that loving feelings, and there's that hatred, there's that animosity piece that's coming forward through critiquing you and making you feel that you are ugly, or that you're worthless, or you're just not good enough. Just these little comments that can slowly bring your self-esteem and your self-worth down. So now that you know these signs, you're able to assess if any of them are relevant for you. Now you have to ask yourself, what do I do about it? Okay? Because that's the piece here. This is the piece that there are some things to do to make sure that your relationship can improve and get better if you want that. And that's what you need to determine. Is your relationship worth improving and getting better, or is it not? And are you done? Is it just going to go downhill? And if it is, then you've got to decide, where you want to go from there. But I do think that things need to happen, or should happen, before you decide, if that it's not going to work. And there are some solutions to these issues. So I want you to go click on my other video and watch that, okay? So I'll get into all of that later. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please, if you have any questions about these signs, any comments about them, please write them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can always email me at kristen@kristencoaching.com, and I will get back to you as well if you want more of a personal response from me, or a private response, I should say. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Thanks.